Oldenake here with another Halo 5 Guardians Mythic LASO or Legendary All Skulls on walkthrough. And this is Mission 8 Swords of Sanghelios done a slightly different way than my original successful campaign run on this mission on Mythic LASO difficulty. So here we are setting it up. All 13 skulls in Legendary difficulty. And when we get to the parts that I changed tactic-wise, I will make note of that. But we're going to start the mission off with a rush. And the one good thing about this rush is that it is actually at the beginning of the mission, so if one fails, one can just restart the mission and try again. You notice I just fired my weapon. I switched over from my battle rifle to my pistol, and I just fired a shot just to make sure I did that. Now we're just going to run this way. Now we're going to come up to a little bit of a place where we have to jump and thrust. So we're going to jump, thrust, and jump again. And then we're going to run up through a soft barrier and with a Spartan thrust, or Spartan smash I should say. And immediately grab that plasma pistol because we're going to need it, and follow this path. Jump here, jump again, little boost, run under here. You might encounter some shielded jackals like that guy. Just bypass, EMP that turret, and hopefully avoid that elite there. I jumped over him, I think. And then just follow through here. And we are reasonably safe. But next up are 3 snipers that we have to take. 3 sniper jackals. And there's one of them. And this guy, if you don't get him right away, he'll go hide. And at least he's firing into the rock there. So we'll have to deal with him as the last of the 3 instead of the first. The next one is down low a little bit. And I'm going to use the rock as a little bit of a shield. And I really had a problem in this run taking him out. I don't know why. Maybe I was a little anxious, a little nervous. So I was almost concerned that I was going to run out of ammo on my battle rifle. But I know I take him out when I see the score light up. It's 58,500, I believe. There we go. Yeah, 58.5. Alright, my guys have joined me. I want to motion them back so they don't get in the way. The next sniper is right there. You see his red helmet. Actually, got to aim just below that to hit him in the head. Alright, he's down. And now I'm going to go after the third sniper. And he's sort of in hiding, but from this position I was able to see him and get him. And next up are 3 grunts. Now one could save the last grunt for a ground pound and get the shields back. But that can be a bit of a problem because sometimes what they'll do is they'll pull out a grenade, and when you ground pound them they'll drill you with a grenade and it's mission over. Alright, next up are 3 grunts and an elite. Okay, got the 3 grunts. But the elite was proven to be a bit of a problem there. Going to get out of the way of those darn grenades. And of course, I got a little splash damage on the grenade and went down. Thankfully, one of my buddies is right there to revive me, which is allowable from armor lock or armor loss in the current version of Halo 5. And I'd like to go back and help whoever that was, but there's too much fire going on. And I believe we did not get the elite. I'm not sure. So I may have to deal with him. I'm kind of looking around to see if he jumped back down into the middle. Apparently not, so I'm going to run over here and boost here. Another soft barrier. Let's smash through there. And there's endless ammo up here in this ammo container. Now, elites like to get on turrets. And so there's going to be 2 elites jumping on the turrets there. And as soon as I take one out, which is real easy, I just pepper him with a plasma pistol, and then when his shields go, I pop him with a carbine that I had picked up, by the way. Don't forget to do that when you're up there by the up there at the top. Forgot to mention that. Because you get endless ammo on the carbine, but you don't get endless ammo on the battle rifle. Alright, and so now we're just going to be taking out shielded jackals, waiting for my guardian buddies to come back. So I'm kind of looking around for them, kind of looking around for that elite. So I don't know where the elite was, the initial elite. He's definitely not in the cave, because if he were in the cave here, he would have gone after me. And as it turns out, a little bit later here, when I turn around, now I actually heard something there, which is really kind of strange. I had not heard. It's like I heard the elite, but I didn't see him, so I'm not really sure what's going on. And as I come back here, I notice that he's down. But along the way, I opened that soft barrier, and lo and behold, there's another elite. And I've never seen this before in previous runs. And I'm not really sure where he came from. I don't know if he's just over there. My guys can't get into that area, by the way. I sent them in there to take him out. So I guess I'm going to take him out myself, just so he won't pop me from behind. This is really strange. This is a new discovery for me. Alright, he's down, so we don't have to worry about him. I don't know if that's going to... I'm pretty sure as the run moves on, that will not eliminate an elite from the next area. It would have been nice if it did, but it doesn't. So that is an extra elite that just shows up from nowhere. Alright, so now we got that elite down there. I'm sending my guys after him, and he's out. So we're left with probably just some grunts and maybe a shielded jackal or 2. So I'm going to check to see how many grunts are left over here. I think there's just 1, and he's looking the other way, so I'm going to ground pound and get my shields back. Not necessarily, that is not necessarily available in every run, but it never helps to get your shields back. You have to use a melee to get them back with the Black Eye Skull on. Alright, next up there's going to be a couple elites, several grunts, several shielded jackals in this next area. Now the first elite is going to be sitting... God, I just lost my shields. First elite's going to be sitting on that turret, so that's not a problem. We take him out fairly easily. And I'm doing this myself. I want to keep my guys kind of off to the side there and not bothering me. And next up are the grunts. And I actually ran out of ammo. I couldn't believe that. I forgot to get the ammo up top. That's another endless ammo crate, by the way, for Covenant ammo. Alright, so now, get out of there. Jeez. That's what I mean. My guys always tend to get in the way. They always want to get into combat. So a lot of times they'll run right in front of you, which is not good. Especially when you got a coveys throwing grenades at you. We've already seen me getting killed by splash damage once. Or not killed, by armor lock. Of course, Vale's hanging around. I don't think I'm going to... Yeah, there we go. Got the shielded jackal. I don't think I'm going to get any more out of this here. So let's go ahead and move everybody up and clean up this area. Being very careful. There's at least 1 shielded jackal left. Maybe 2. And yep, there's 2 shielded jackals left. There's the elite. And it looks like there's at least 1 grunt left. And notice how careful I am doing this. Alright, we got the jackals. Yep, 1 jackal down. And I'm marking. And these guys seem to do a lot better when I mark mark an opponent for them to take out. All right, yeah, there was one grunt left, and he's down now. Oh, 2 grunts. I'll be darned. All right, I wasn't too good on taking them out from the over the other way. All right, so now it's time to take out the elite, and that's what I mean by, you know, splash damage from grenades. So now it's time to take out the elite, and I'm hanging back, let them put a little damage on him. I'll help if I can with plasma pistol. Again, I'm backing out of the way when I see a grenade come flying. There we go. He's down. Alright, I got one of my buddies still kicking. That's Tanaka, I believe. Either Tanaka or Vale. I'll be darned. That was a grunt that went suicidal. Gotta be a little bit careful about that. I'm gonna come back here and ammo up. And on to the next. The next area is one that requires a great deal of strategy, tactics, and patience. We're going to start off with 3 grunts. I can get to them. I think that was Vale, by the way, that he's still alive. On my mark. You got it. And now I'm going to go after the first of the 2 snipers, who's hanging around up there. Oh, there he is. Ooh. Got him. Snipers really cause me heartburn in these runs. Okay. Okay. I'm going to send Vale out a little bit. There's going to be some jackals dropping out of a drop ship. Yep, they already have. Now, off to the left, way off to the left, is another sniper. I'm trying to get him to focus on my guys so I can sneak around the edge here and take him out. Meanwhile, let them focus on the jackals with a little bit of help from me. Oh, there goes. There's sniper fire right there. Okay, he's firing at them. Alright, I'm just easing around here. The darn bushes in the way of my visibility. And there he is. Now, that wasn't him. That was probably a shielded jackal that went down. The score tells me that, by the way. There we go. Now he's down. I can breathe a little bit easier. And now we can clean up the grunts here on the left. Alright, there's probably another one over there. And there are probably a couple of shielded jackals left. Yep. That's a turret I'm firing at now. There's probably a grunt on it. Yep. Grunts. Oh, where'd that come from? That was a. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the hidden coveys that drop down. There's grunts and maybe a jackal or 2 and an elite. And that's really, elite's the one I really want to take out. He's the one that has a tendency to throw grenades. All right, elite is down, I believe. Let's get Vale back up. Oh, too late. I'm not sure who else is up at this point. All right, there's 2 shielded jackals over there. Now the reason I'm taking my time here and trying to take them out now, and that was a storm rifle jackal firing at me. The reason I want to take my time and take them out now is that a little bit later in this area, I don't want them sneaking up on me and peppering me with fire, because that can cause some issues, like armor lock. Alright, coming down here to another ammo crate. And take a quick look there to see if there's a target of opportunity. There wasn't. So we're on to the next. And what we're going to do is I'm going to position my guys up here. And what I'm going to do is crash through this sort of broken concrete area after I take one final look. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's an elite over there. Yeah, if we could take him out real quick, then fine. If not, because I just sent my guys over that way by marking him. I really didn't want that. I want them near me. We're going to crash through this blocked entrance, and there will be 2 shielded jackals in there, and lurking around will be a camoed sword elite that we need to take out. Now, his shields aren't all that great, so it's not that difficult to take out if you know where he's at. And this is kind of where I send my troops out as decoys. Well, I want to take out the jackals there. Alright, one of them's down. And there is the elite. Alright, the elite's down. Notice I was backing up and backing up there. Alright, let's get this final jackal. He's down. Now marking a target for my guardian buddies not only gets them into more accurate fire, but it also helps me in shooting at them. It highlights them to a point where I see them a lot better. So that's something to keep to kind of keep in the back of your pocket, if you will. All right, so right now there's a bunch of jackals and some grunts that were over on the left side. There's a grunt firing. There's 2 turrets here. There's a grunt firing one of them on the left, and there'll probably be another grunt on the right. There goes the grunt on the left. So grunts, like the elites, tend to gravitate towards the. Geez, there's another one there. Gravitate towards the turrets. So I'm going to let my guys deal with the jackals, and I'm going to try to take out that grunt on the turret. Pretty sure it's a grunt, not an elite. Elites like to gravitate towards them as well, as we saw in the first area where the snipers were. Okay, grunt is down. Now let's see, is there anything else here we can shoot at to clean up? Yep, there's one over there. I believe there's another one over there. I'm looking for jackals to take out. There's a jackal down. Now my preview screen here is really small, so sometimes it's a little difficult to see. But I see a target of opportunity. I'm going to take it out. And meanwhile, my guys are working on the jackals. There's another jackal down. So we're going to clean all these guys out, or as many as we can, because there's going to be insertion pods coming in as soon as I advance a little bit. Helping them out. They were having a real problem with that one. But there's going to be insertion pods coming in when I advance, and that's going to drop some grunts and at least 2 elites, and we've got the one still hanging out from way over there on the left that we're going to have to deal with. Okay, so I advanced a little bit. The pods drop, and now we got to deal with what came with the pods. Alright, trying to mark one. There we go. Got one of the elites marked. And see if I can help my guys out by dropping his shields, popping his shields with the plasma pistol. Meanwhile, he's putting accurate storm rifle fire on me. And again, they are deadly accurate with grenades. Alright, we got one of them. That was a suicide grunt. There's another one. Come on, Mr. Suicide. There you are. Alright, so that's elite number 1 down. And now I am going to use my guys to find out where elite 2 and possibly 3 is at. Ooh. I think that was one of the 2 elites, and he saw me. He immediately fired a grenade at me. This is why you really got to be on top of the game in this area. Waiting for that guy to stop firing. Ah. My aim is terrible in this run. Alright, that's my shields, not my shield, but my health coming back. With Black Eye on, you can only get your shields back if you melee, but your health will come back. And that was that little sound. Okay, so I got the grunt off the turret. Well, I still got at least one, maybe two elites to deal with. And I'm not sure where he's at, so let's go send the guys out there. And they may die and respawn a couple of times before you get this cleared out. I thought I heard him. Okay, yep, there's one of them firing down from a little bit below now. One of the real issues or problems, I'm not really sure what I took out there. That might have been one of the elites. I'm not really sure. I couldn't quite see what that score was. Of course, I actually ran this last night, so being really old like I am, my memory's terrible. I don't have total recall like I used to. Okay, there we go. Finally got this guy marked. Oh, that was Jackal. Okay, darn it. So the elite's still there. We just got a Jackal down, and they tend to hide. They tend to kind of use all this wreckage and destroyed architecture, if you will, as cover. So it's extremely difficult to get a bead on them. So you take what you can get, being very careful. That might be the third. I don't see him marked, so that might be the third elite that we got to deal with. Or he just got unmarked. One or the other. Now, optimum time on this area is out of here in about a little over 20 minutes. It took a little longer for me because when we get these guys down, we've got another set to deal with. Alright, I believe that's the elite. Alright, it looks like Tanaka's back based on the voice I just heard. So I'm bypassing his grenades and his storm rifle fire. Just really not seeing anything here. Alright, Buck is back. He knows that I've got a marked target. There he is, he's up top. Come on, guys, take him out. So the elite's again moving towards an area that I don't have a line of sight on. I don't know. That's Vale, so Vale's back in the picture. I really don't want to step out because I'm not sure about that last elite. Okay, he's down. Alright, so I think all three of them are out. But you can see how careful and difficult this area can be. Looking around to see if there's any hangers on. Doesn't appear to be any. Alright, the turret is down, which is probably a good thing. As I'll explain here in a bit. Okay, I got one of those shielded jackals down. I think there's three of them up there. Plus an elite with an FRG, fuel rod gun. So he's either going to throw grenades or use the fuel rod gun. Alright, so one of the jackals is down. Now what happens when we initiate that is there's also a couple of camoed sword elites up there that will kind of come out of cover and They're not aggressive, but they will slowly advance. They're not too hard to take out. Now, I don't know where the second one is yet. Just took out the first one. I think Tanaka started firing at the second one, who went around the corner again to cover. So, I'm sorry that the view is just poking around real big time there. Okay, there's the second one right there. I'm looking around, left, right, up, down, looking for that elite. Oh, didn't want to do that. All right, so now we got probably 1 or 2 jackals and that fuel rod cannon elite. And I'm looking for them. Alright, I got the elite marked. I'm getting the heck out of dodge. Whoa, yep. He just threw a grenade at me. So he's either going to throw grenades or fire that FRG. So I'm going to try to help my guys as much as possible by dropping his shields down, weakening his shields with the plasma pistol. Oh, there comes another grenade. I'm far enough away that if I see it coming, I can dodge.
I'm at the top of the ridge. There's an exit up here.
Whoa, here we go again. No sense in being aggressive. So, like I said, he's going to fire the FRG or he's going to throw grenades. Here comes another FRG blast. Okay, he's down. So all we got left is probably 1, maybe 2 shielded jackals. And I was kind of hoping to use the second one to get my shields back, because mine are definitely down. That golden glow I see when I look down, that's me without shields. And of course, my guys, even though I didn't mark them, my guys took care of them. So, alright, so I want the FRG in the hands of one of my guys. And I'm going to load up on ammo, get a fresh plasma pistol. And off we go to the next encounter, which is going to include 2 hunters. Now this is going to be a change in strategy on dealing with the hunters than what I did in my run. I saw Mythic Tyrant in his walkthrough video do it this way, and he got it from Michael W. Smith. And I decided this is one of the primary reasons I'm coming back and rerunning, is I decided to try his methodology or his tactic and see how it works. Okay, I'm going to set my guys here. First, we got to kind of clear this area out. There's going to be 2 elites. I don't know their actual titles, but one is going to have shields that are not too difficult to defeat, and one is a gold elite who is a real pain in the butt. So what I want to do is position my guys, and of course we've got jackals and grunts galore. I want to position my guys over to the right to deal with the elite over there, and I'm going to deal with the elite on the left. Now what I did initially was I came up and I took 3 grunts out. The first grunt I took out, I could see his nose and I popped him. The next 2 I had to take him out from multiple shots from behind. Now I'm working on the elite now. There, he just threw a grenade at me. He threw another grenade at me. Be very careful. Without shields, I can take splash damage with these grenades fairly easily, as we saw that already in the second area that we had to deal with in this run. All right, so what I'm trying to do is get him down with plasma pistol fire and oh, that was close. Plasma pistol fire. All right, now he's coming up to me. This might make it a little bit easier. And I'm not even paying attention to the right side now, which is probably a bit of a problem. All right, got him down. because the elite has a tendency to move up like he just did. And he's throwing grenades at a downed buddy. Now he's over on this side. He's jumped back down. And we want to take him out before we advance. So it looks like, it sounds to me like, it looks like to me that all my guys are down. Now this upcoming strategy with the hunters, who will drop when the enemy is down to maybe 1 or 2 coveys in this area. The enemy will come in and drop 2 hunters. And I'm kind of looking around. There's a low area here that I really don't have access to from this point. But there's a low area here where there's another fuel rod gun. And it looks like I'm gonna have to get it from the other side. But the idea with these hunters is that all my guys have fuel rod guns, and I'm going to set up so that the hunters are focused on me, and my guys, my guardian buddies, will be firing fuel rod guns into their backs. That's the plan. And as the old saying goes, the best laid plans go angly or don't work. So what I'm doing is, right now, I'm waiting for everybody else to come back. I know that I'm not going to have 3 fuel rod guns because Buck picked up the one in the last area and he went down. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to have one when he respawns. And I'm kind of looking around to see if I can take out a jackal or 2 while we're waiting for the other 2 to spawn. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Oh, there I go, splash damage. Thought the run was over, but good old Buck was right behind me. And that is the other elite over there. See, I wasn't paying attention to the right side and almost lost it there. God, there goes another one. I couldn't believe that one because I thought I was in cover. All right, well, he's dropped down back down into the low area, so I want to remark the elite and see if we can take him out. Jeez, there's the 3rd time. Where are these grenades coming from? This time I thought I'd really bought it, but I'm still kicking thanks to my guys getting me out of armor lock. Now, if they weren't available and my armor lock timer expired, then I would have died, and that would have been the end of the run because of the Iron Skull. But we did finally got that pesky elite, and now it's a matter of I'm setting my guys up to actually to see where the remaining enemies are. I don't want them rushing ahead, not yet anyway. We're looking around for targets of opportunity. I believe that was I'm not sure whether that was a grunt or a jackal. Sounds like there's at least one. Well, there's more than one grunt. Careful with that. I don't want to get too many needles in me. They can take me out as well. Alright, when we hear that, very soon after that, yep, spirit inbound. Ooze. That was a jackal. Okay, now I want to give my guys. And Buck's got one, and come on, let's go. Alright. Now, I came out here and marked them to go over to the left. And what do? They jump, instead of following me out the left side, they jump right down the middle. And I believe Buck made it, but Vale didn't. So the idea here is just me to just keep firing right here on the edge of the ledge, if you will, far enough back that I don't get tagged. and get my guys on the other side firing at the hunters. There's two of them. Now, if all three of them had FRGs, this would go a little bit quicker. They do have a tendency to want to get aggressive and drop down from where they're at now. And I don't want that to happen. So if I see one of them drop down, I'll reposition them. Oh, for crying out loud. I think that was Buck. What the heck are you doing over here? Let's go try to reposition him. This would drive me... Whoops, not that.
Take that position. On my mark.
Consider it done.
I'll get it done, Locke.
Made it.
Yeah, so Buck, Buck stayed alive, but for some reason he doesn't want to stay over and fire at the
Move up. Take that position. Push up.
at the hunters, but wants to come back to me. And again, I just got tagged by a hunter. This is driving me nuts here.
No worries, Locke. I got it.
Alright, so Buck is up. Mark him up on the ledge. I'm going to run around to the other side and try to get back to my position. Almost ready to give up on this run, but I figured, oh, we'll just play it out and see what happens. Alright, so I got Tanaka back up. And I'm going to run back over here, make sure that the hunters kind of come back to me. Get my guys up there. I think I see Buck up there on the ledge. Yep, there he is. He's firing. Now he's doing his job. He's firing FRGs at him. Hopefully they have turned around. And why is Tanaka over by me? Good grief. So I send her out to be with Buck and Vale, and look what they did. They just run right down in the middle. Like knuckleheads. I don't know if they survived. But this is the problem with this strategy. But this is the problem with any strategy, is that they don't stay where I position them. So I got Buck back upstairs on the second level, I think. Okay, now he's firing again, but looks like now he's firing right into the edge instead of into the hunters. There we go. Alright, we got him firing at a hunter. And again, I want them focused on me by firing into the ledge. Oh, one of them's moved up. That's not good. Oh, jeez, I don't want him at me. Okay, well, at least he's got his back turned. But I think that, I don't know what that was, Vale or Tanaka, but you can see the problem here. I have to continually position him over there. Now, it really doesn't matter. The important person here is Buck. He's the one with the FRG. He's the one that I want to stay over there firing the FRG at the backs of the hunters. I'm not really sure where he's at. Oh, one of them's hurt. I heard him kind of grumble. You can hear them growl and grumble when they're hurt. Of course, Buck jumped down again. Get him back upstairs. The reason I want him upstairs is I don't want him to charge the hunters, which they have a tendency to do. They'll charge the enemies blindly and get taken out very easily.
On my mark. Take that position.
All right, I saw Buck fire down there. Now, if all three of them, in the perfect world, if all three of them had FRGs, this would go a lot faster. But even with all the things that have gone wrong here, it actually does work a little bit quicker, or actually works quicker than my other one. Now, I think one of them's hiding back here. Yep, there he is. He didn't like that. And that will happen. Okay, one of them's right below me, and one of them is hiding a little bit, and one of them just went out, and I'm not really sure which one it was. Whoa! Okay, so the one that was over here hiding has just moved out, and again, I want him on me, attention on me, and my guy's firing at his back. So one down and one to go.
On my mark.
Okay, good. Oh, he got hurt. Buck hit him in the back there. He got hurt. I wish... Okay, Buck's firing again. I can hear him grumbling down there. Or moaning, or if that's a hunter moan. Alright, get him back up top on the second level. You have to continually watch for that. And it's Buck who's generally the one that is the most reckless. I'm going to come over here and see where he's at. He's right below me. Throw a grenade down there maybe to help the guys out. So he's definitely hurt, and that's probably why he's hiding. Oh, somebody hurt him again. And it looks like he's moving out. That's Buck firing. My trigger finger's getting tired. Whoa! I don't know if that was a ricochet grenade or what. Alright, that was the second hunter going down.
Check your fire.
So I want to get a fresh plasma pistol. And actually, as it turns out, I am not going to use it, I don't believe. This will be the second change in strategy that I'm going to use. Ooh, I didn't want them to drop on top of me. Is in my first LASO, successful LASO run, I was jumping in and out of the Mantis, and in this particular one, I stayed in the Mantis the whole way through, even the last area, which I had done a ghost rush through the last area and up the steps. But this one I decided, again, this is after looking at Mythic Tyrant's run, I decided to go ahead and rerun this using the strategy he used here as well. And what I want is, I want my guys to go in first. I don't want to get a rocket up the butt, if you will. I'm trying to keep the health of my Mantis as good as possible. Now, its shields will regenerate, but it can take damage when its shields are down. And by the end of this mission, mine will be smoking a little bit. Oh, jeez. That was unexpected. So, there's something to be really careful about, is the spirit coming in with reinforcements, firing its cannon at you. Alright, so we're past that now. Now it's a matter of cleaning up the coveys that are in here, and there is an elite or two, and you have to be careful because, again, if the shields are down on the Mantis and the elite tags it with a sticky grenade, then that will kill you. It will not put you in armor lock, it will kill you, so you have to be very careful about that. So whoever's in there in their Mantis with me and myself are cleaning this area up. I'm doing a pretty good job of it. There is a wraith down there, or a wraith-like apparatus, I should say. It's my guys call it a wraith, so I'll call it a wraith. All right, over here on the left, behind that shield, kind of light shield thingy there, are a couple of ghosts, and I'm making them available for my guys. Okay, first off, we got to clear the door. There'll be ghosts, maybe a jackal or two. possibly elite around the door. Out there in that central area, there is a wraith. That's the next target. We want to take the wraith out from here because it has a hard time firing at us based on the angle of its plasma bolts from its plasma gun. But wondering where my guy is. I marked, I think that's an elite out there. Of course, the wraith comes out and fires right over my head. Get my my guy out here, and let's see. I must have already taken down the wraith. I would not have sent them out if I hadn't. The wraith is actually a pretty easy target because it just kind of sits there. And if it happens to fire, it will not, you know, the arc of its plasma ball, as I said before, will not hit me. It'll just kind of arc into the doorway. So as long as I hang back. So now we're cleaning out this first central area here. My poor buddy in the other Mantis has already gone down, probably from a grenade. There's grunts on the left we've got to be a little bit careful about because they can throw grenades. Further down on the left, not in that cave area, but down a pathway, are shielded jackals and unshielded jackals. Want to clear them out. And I'm being a little bit careful here. I don't want to get too close. Take more fire until my shields come back on my Mantis. Now, I'm running this without my own personal shields. In fact, for the rest of this run, I do not have shields. Got my health, but I don't have shields. Now there's a cave entrance over there. I think that where these grunts come out of, one or two at a time. So it's always worth taking a look over there to the left to make sure that you've got them. And this is pretty tedious work. Now here's some shielded jackals coming out on the left, right there. And underneath there are two hunters, and of course there's an elite down there below. Now when I lose health on the Mantis, we'll hear kind of like a bang. Either before or during the shields coming back. And then now I just noticed that there's more jackals here on the left. I marked the elites, I mean the grunts on the right, I mean not grunts, the shielded jackals on the right for my guys to take out. And now I'm looking around here on the left to see if there's any more of them jackals. And yep, there they are. Alright, there's more shielded jackals down below. There's an elite that has kind of shown himself. I'm not going to deal with that quite yet. I don't have to. Looks like my guys just ignored me with these shielded jackals. Either that or they died. One or the other. Again, I don't want to further damage the Mantis. Here comes the shields back. I'm not really sure what that is above me. Alright, there's the elite down there. And I'm going to probably ask for a little bit of help from my guys to take him out. I marked him. I think that also helps my cannon aim on the Mantis. At least Buck is alive. See, okay, and that's Vale. See if she can help. I don't want to go into the next area. Okay, he's down. Good. There's two hunters down here, and what I'm going to be doing is a lot of rinsing and repeating. I'm just going to pop in, throw cannons and a little machine gun fire, pop back out, make sure my shields are okay, pop back in, pop back out, and this is just rinse and repeat until they're down. Now, my guys are going to go charging in there and die. But as it turns out, Vale went in and kind of made her way back to the back area underneath here where there's a couple of FRGs. Now she didn't take the FRGs, but she did help me by getting these guys to focus on her. See, at least one of them's focused on her now. And so again, I'm just doing a rinse and repeat. And there wasn't much fire coming back at me because they are dealing with her. Oh, she must be dead now. Now they're focusing back on me. Alright, I heard him groan. I heard one of them groan. That means at least one of them's hurt. Heard him groan again. That's a good sign. That's a positive sign, but still, I'm being extremely careful here. Now, McKee is kind of complaining that we're not getting there quick enough, but my answer to that is, the heck with you, I gotta get rid of these guys first. And I'm not really sure when that dialogue comes in here, what prompts it, whether it's a timing issue or an advancing issue, I'm not really sure, or a lack of advance, I don't know, but you definitely will hear it. Oh yeah, he's really groaning now. Alright, one of them's down. $117,000, by the way. That is the tally for a hunter, a score tally. And you have to be careful if there are grunts. There goes the second one. If there's grunts around, because grunts are like 11,700. Unless you hit them with a headshot. Then they're 351,000, I believe, which is twice. So you might see a grunt go down and think, oh, I got the hunter, and then expose yourself. All right, there's two spirits coming in. And I'm getting out of the way of their fire because they're firing at me and my guys. So before I attempt to go after them, I'm going to see if I can clean up this area a little bit on the left. There are grunts and at least one elite, maybe two in there. There's a bunch of shielded jackals down there. There's an elite who has made himself visible. That's a turret that's firing at me. So what I want is my guys focusing on the left side here. Let's see if we can take some of these bad guys out. I'm not going down there. I'm going to stay up on this level as much as I can. When I go down low, I'm going to go down low on the right side, not the left. Okay, that elite's down. Good. I'm seeing if I can take that turret out. Put some damage on it. There is somebody over there that I marked. I don't know how successful my guys are going to be in taking that individual out. It's either a grunt or an elite. Alright. I think I took the turret out. I'm not absolutely sure. Ooh. That was, I think, an elite with a grenade launcher. Alright, that was a grunt that just went down, I think. Ah, EMP'd. Gotta be careful about that, because that exposes you to enemies there momentarily, which can be enough to take you out. And I'm not sure whether it was a grunt. I'm getting fired from the right here. I think that might be an elite. So I'm going to go back up and leave this area alone for a while. And go back down here and see who's firing at me from the right. I can't see him from this side. So maybe I'll go over here and try to start taking out the guys from the spirit. Take out as many as I can from up here. I think that might have been, I'm not sure whether that's an elite or a jackal. Again, my apologies, my preview screen is small, so I'm not really sure. And I'm getting fired at again, so it's got to be somebody over here. Oh, and now you hear that bang right there? That is my Mantis taking damage. Some part of it's damaged, so the health is going down a little bit. So this is what I got to be really careful about. Alright, based on the jumping around, I believe that is an elite down there. And the score bears me out. That was an elite. Alright, so now I'm going to walk down here. Now there's going to be a couple of elites coming at me, potentially with ghosts up this path here that I got to be careful about while I deal with these guys down here. So I got to be careful about not getting too low. And yep. And I think that was a jackal, the way he flew away. So maybe I'll work my way over here and just be very careful not to fall off. That's something I've got to really be careful about. I'm a little careful about how far up to the edge I go. Because I could get a little antsy and step forward and fall. I don't want to do that. I just want to take these guys out. I'm making progress here. When I get down to one or two, or especially, well, okay, another one went down. If I get down to the point where I don't see anymore, then there may be no more than one, maybe two left, and I'll let my guys deal with them. Alright, so now I'm coming down here. I'm sneaking down. There looks like another, there was another jackal down there, and here comes the elite and the ghost, and I got a double score there for taking them both out. Now there is a wraith down there guarding the entrance to that door. This is why I'm being really careful about not getting too close. And I'm going to take that wraith out from up higher, or actually at this level. But I need to make sure that all the bad guys are out, or as many as I can are out on the left, and or my guys are keeping them occupied. And we'll see that here momentarily. Alright, there's a grunt going down. Whoa! I'm pretty sure that was an elite. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here in the middle and deal with everybody who's coming in from the left. Now, I believe that was an elite I marked. There will be jackals coming at me that I'll have to take out myself, but I'm going to let the elites, let my guys deal with the elites themselves. Although I think that is an elite right there. Those are jackals on my left. And that guy's down. That guy's down. Alright, so it's cleaning these guys out. They're coming in from the left. And what I want to do is mark my opponents over there. My guys, so let my guys take care of them. Or at least keep them busy over there so that I can start working on the wraith. So I'm kind of looking around. There's still bad guys over there. Alright, got somebody down. Alright, there's another one that I see. Not sure what it is. Well, now what's firing at me from below in the middle is a Wraith. That's the machine gun of the Wraith. So maybe now it's time. I'll start firing at the Wraith from here. And back out, take a look to the left. Make sure I'm not getting popped from the left. There may be another gun emplacement over there. I marked the cubby, so my guys will take care of it. Again, fire and step back. Fire and step back. I at least took a jackal out there. Wait, my shields come back. Alright, getting my guys over there on the left to keep whoever's left over there, no pun intended, busy. Alright, there goes the Wraith. Now there's going to be jackals and at least one elite, maybe two, that have to be dealt with. There will be an FRG elite down there. So, I think that was a jackal I just took out. So yeah, they're guarding the steps. The door hasn't opened yet. Well, here's something that somebody say the door's opening. Unfortunately, when that happens, I think there still may be one elite left, and there's a hunter over there on the low level on the left who's just kind of hanging around and will decide to make his appearance, I think, after the door opens. Now, if I were doing a rush on it, I might be able to bypass all that, but I'm not. I'm gonna have to take that hunter out. All right, I believe that is a. Okay, now it was a jackal. So what I'm trying to do is clear those steps. All right, that doesn't sound too good. I don't know where the grenade came from. It looks like that. It's got to be an elite throwing grenades. See if I can sneak around the corner here and tag him, mark him. All right, there's the FRG elite. He's right around the corner here. There he is. All right, so hopefully my guys will help take him out. He's really dodgy. He's not easy to take out. I do not want to expose myself to FRG fire, that's for sure. So again, I'm doing a kind of a fire and back up, fire and back up. And of course, I don't know if I think that's Buck. He just doesn't want to go. He's aggressive when you don't want him to be, and he's not when you want him to be. So that's, of course, all of them are like that. Alright, there's somebody else over there as well, firing what appears to be a storm rifler from the turret. I'm not really sure. Now this guy's got pretty strong shields, because I'm hitting him with rockets and machine gun fire, and his shields won't pop. Ooh, that was close. I almost got tagged there. Alright, backing up. This is rather tedious, but it's necessary to be careful, because I want some reasonable amount of health on my Mantis before I go into the middle area, or the final area. And I'm already seeing a little bit of smoke coming out of the right side of it. And that is an indication that the health is down a bit. This guy appears to be a little bit tougher to take out than previous elites for some reason. He's hiding behind a pillar right now. Yep, I thought so. That was a grenade firing at me, or flying at me. Alright, it looks like the elite is down finally. And I thought, well, all I got to do now is clean up the... oh, another EMP. Clean up the shielded jackals. My buddies are doing a pretty good job there too. Oh, you know what that is? That's the hunter right there. That's his, sort of his own version of machine gun fire. He's got like his own machine gun and his own cannon. They're firing those green, either those green tracers or green bolts at me. So now we got to take him out. And at this point, I don't think any of my guys are... Oh, there's one of them. Oh, two of them are around. Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a second, I know where some FRGs are. So this guy is kind of tagging me a little bit. And my guys, I don't mark him because I don't want them charging him. And he's being a little bit difficult. Alright, so earlier I was talking about one of my guys coming in here. Vale, actually, I think it was. Coming in here, and the two hunters in this area focusing on her. And what actually is in here are two FRGs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my guys back down and get some help from them taking this hunter out using their FRGs. And oh, look, he's advanced. So I've marked him now. And I'm going to use this area up here up top as some shielding while they start firing at him. And maybe we can take him out a little bit quicker. I didn't realize he was going to follow me. I thought he was going to stay down below, but he's moving up the path a little bit. And good. They're in a pretty good position. I just heard something. He's hurt. And there he goes. That was done quickly. So that's the benefit of the FRGs in the hands of my buddies. Them not... I had to teabag him. And them not taking gas themselves. Okay. Whoop. We got at least one more covey over here. I don't think it's a grunt. I think it is a shielded jackal with a plasma pistol. Ooh, that was a grenade. So there must be an elite left. And it must be the last guy that came out of the left side. That's the only thing that I can think. Yep, that's an elite, all right. I don't think he came out from the inside. Yeah, he didn't come out from the inside once the door opened. I think he was just kind of protecting the door himself. Well, he got over there in a hurry. All right, at least he was. Oh, there's somebody else. Not really sure what that is. Wait, oh, he's dodgy. Okay, that's a grenade launching elite. I'm not really sure what I took out before. I thought it was an elite. I didn't really see the score too well, so. We definitely want this guy gone before I start working the inside of the door, because I'm going to be sitting right at the doorway, and I really don't want anybody coming up at me while I do that. And there is that jackal over there. I see the jackal on the right. Alright, I think that is turret fire coming at me. There's an elite over there, so I really thought we were good to go here to start the inside move, but not quite. Alright, that is the grenade launcher he has. When it hits a structure, it just bounces. The grenades just bounce off of it. You gotta be real careful with that. Because you could get a grenade ricocheted into you, which is definitely not a good thing. Alright. Now that was that was from the grenade launcher. Most times he has a tendency to fire over your head, so my backing up was actually backing into range. But I am so far into this mission here, I do not want to get tagged. I'm not sure where my guys are, because I'm still showing him as marked as a target, but I don't hear anything from my guys, so. Okay, there's Buck. There's Tanaka. So maybe it was just Vale that was kicking it when I marked him. But this guy is really being dodgy. Really being a pain. Alright, finally. Whoa. Something hit me. Either that or it was splash damage. Okay, shields are back. Alright, there is at least one bad guy left over there. Looks like a grunt was on the turret. I don't see, I'm not sure if anything's left. Alright, there's no more fire. Maybe, yeah, there's maybe one more over there. Alright, I backed off there because I'm taking fire from inside. There we go, finally. And that's 1 and a 2. Okay. Now let's start work on the inside. Right at the doorway there's some grunts. We need to take them out. Not too difficult, but they are firing back, so you can see the shields starting to flare on my Mantis. Alright, it looks like I got a couple of them. And once I clear the grunts around the doorway, there's going to be a couple of grunts, I believe, and an elite inside, halfway up the steps. And up behind them is a jackal. Jackal doesn't bother me too much. It's the elite and the grunts that bother me because they can chuck grenades. So I believe my guys are probably down, and I've got to wait for them to come back. Before I actually advance at all. I'm being really careful here because I'm on my own. Alright, that's a grunt. That's elite fire. So he's got a storm rifle. Alright, good. I got him marked. Jeez. Was that Vale firing her plasma pistol at me? That's the other thing I gotta be a little bit careful about. Just out of nowhere, Vale has a tendency to fire an EMP in every which way with her plasma pistol that she's equipped with. Alright, I got the elite marked. That's the second grunt going down. Again, I'm backing up, making sure I don't take too much damage there. Now he got hit with at least 3, maybe 4 rockets there. Oh, I think I just heard another bang, which means I've taken a little bit more damage on my Mantis. This guy is being this is another dodgy elite, being a real pain. I'm kind of wondering where my guys are, because they're just yelling grenade. Okay, finally, wow. Alright. So, I'm not sure whether that jackal was taken out. Alright, there's a jackal. And there's another one. Alright, a little more damage on my Mantis. Alright, when we come up here, there's going to be grunts and jackals and shielded jackals and maybe an elite or two in this central area that we need to take out. And right up just in front of me to the right is a fixed turret that at some point I want to take out. I have to be a little bit careful about that, but we're just going to clean this area up here. I can find the elite, I'll mark him. Of course, Buck's just sitting there with nothing to do and a ghost that's going to get blasted by that turret, I believe. Now they're in front of me, and they're to my left up on that little second level, and they're to my right up on that little second level. So I don't want to step out, and right to my right is a turret. So I'm taking my time here. There goes Buck. And that was a turret, I believe, that took him out. I didn't quite get total fire on that turret. I'm backing up again. Make sure my shields are back. Okay, I move far enough up that gets the next wave coming in with insertion pods. And again, I'm backing up. Taking needler fire and who knows what else. Now there's at least one, maybe two elites in this wave as well, along with the jackals and the grunts. And I'm going to mark the elites when I can, and then deal with everybody else. There's a jackal I took down. If I can, help out with the elite by putting fire on him. Being very careful, because there comes a grenade flying in. They are definitely grenade happy. I'm not sure what kind of fire I'm getting from the right there. Blah blah blah. Alright, that's an elite, I'm pretty sure. Not absolutely sure. This small screen of mine. But you get the idea. I step up, I fire at a target, I back down because I'm going to immediately get response fire. Make sure my shields are okay, step back up, fire again. Alright, that's an elite. That's definitely, based on the way he's dodging, that's an elite. Step back down, and just rinse and repeat. Oop. Wasn't sure about that. I was just trying to get Buck down here with me. I want to see how many of my guys here are left or are available, because I think I want everybody in there rushing at the same time. That's why I keep marking position to see what kind of response I get. Well, too late. That elite was marked, and Buck's going after him. And of course, he immediately gets tagged. Now, when they have full shields, my guys can take one sticky grenade. If the shields are down and they get tagged, okay, there we go. There goes the elite. If the shields are down and they get tagged, they go down into armor line at a minimum, and possibly out. Alright, so now we're cleaning up this area. Looks like there's somebody, I marked somebody over there behind the wreckage. Darn, that thing's still firing. There he goes, finally. Finally took care of that turret. Alright, now we're focusing on the guys on the right. Not sure what that is, whether it's a Jackal or an Elite. I didn't see the score there, so whatever it was, it took him out. There's another one to take out. Alright, that was an Elite, based on the score that I just saw. So I think the right side's pretty much clear. And we got some guys... Oops! EMP. Doggone it. We got some guys up by the steps. Come on, shields. Come on back. Alright, shields are back. And I'm not sure where that EMP came from. I just didn't see the bolt, if you will. Alright, some more guys going down. Buck is still kicking. Being very careful here. Alright, that came in from the right. There's another EMP blast. I think that came in from the steps, I'm not sure. It might have been off to the left a little bit. Now that came from the middle, so there's somebody behind that center post of wreckage there in the middle. No, I think I'm smoking from both sides now. Alright, that was a Jackal. He's down. Now, as I advance up towards that door, I'm kind of looking to see if there's anybody still on the left. Looks like there is. That was a grunt. Seeing if there's anybody still on the right. Alright, now as I advance up, another wave of drop pods is going to come in. And I'm going to get my butt back here a ways again and work at them from the doorway. That sounds like an FRG. So, it's either an FRG Grunt or an FRG Elite. So whatever it is, we've got to be real careful with it. Either that, I can't believe it's one of my guys firing an FRG, because I think they've all gone down and lost their power weapon. But I don't see FRG fire, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. I hear it. But I'm not really sure. But it's just a matter of being really careful. As soon as I see a blast, I'll know who's got it and what direction it's coming from. As long as it doesn't hit me, I might be able to survive one hit based on the way my Mantis is smoking right now. Somebody up there on the left. Can't quite get to him. I've got him marked, so somebody took him out. Okay, good. Alright, so it looks like the right's clear. It looks like the left's clear. Alright, so now it's time to work the inside. And really what we've got are some Jackals, maybe a Grunt or two. And there's an Elite up on the second level to the right that we've got to be careful about, because he will chuck grenades. And you have to kind of poke around the corner to put fire on him, and that's a little problematic. So what I'm doing, and it's also hard to determine who's your buddy and who's your enemy in here, because you got coveys fighting coveys. But the quickest way to find out is to just go up there and try to mark somebody. And I can guarantee you that all the shielded Jackals are enemies. All the Sword Elites at this point. Oh, there's that Elite with a grenade. The Sword Elites are generally allies. They're Swords of Sanghelios staff, or troops. But the quickest way to find out, he's throwing grenades again. So I marked him. Hopefully my guys can deal with him better than me. I don't want to expose myself to those grenades too much. So either I can get my guys to distract him, or have them actually take him out. But he's still there. He's still firing. It looks like he's got a storm rifle. Okay, it looks like he's down. Okay, and I just got a little cleanup work up here on the left. And I'm not really sure what that was. It might have been a grunt. Oh, there's a little bit more up here, either a grunt or a jackal. Yeah, that was a grunt. Alright, so you can see fire going at the covey up there. Oh, there's a shielded jackal. You can see fire going at him. That's another indication that he's an enemy. When you got one covey shooting at another, and especially if the covey's shooting from up high. So it looks like there's at least one more enemy up there that they're firing at. Yep, shielded jackal. I'll take him out. Another shielded jackal. Take him out. And it looks to me like the coast is clear. Just making sure. And all I got to do now is kind of walk my way up the steps and see the Arbiter and end the mission. So this particular strategy is the final area with the Mantis, being in the Mantis the entire time instead of jumping in and out. Now, the combination of the two, the Hunter strategy and this Mantis strategy, ironically enough, I finished this mission over a half an hour quicker than my original one. Now, one of the things about long missions here is that it's not going to retrieve data, so we're done. I successfully completed it, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps you in your ultimate quest. You can actually use these tactics and strategies on lesser levels of difficulty. But anyway, that's Swords of Sanghelios. Mythic LASO, this is Old Anaki, signing off. Take care, everybody.